Hello and a big welcome to the channel. I'm the Motorsport Madman and this is the 2024 Australian Grand Prix. If you are new to the channel, if you are a Formula 1 fan, then get yourself subscribed and live for every single Grand Prix from the Formula 1 World Championship. And this is round 3 in 2024. We are in Albert Park, Melbourne. And this is where I feel the season really starts. It's all very well and good having night races in the Middle East, but this is the first proper race, I feel. When I saw the cars out on track on early hours Friday morning, I just looked and I thought, this is where the season starts. Between the palm trees, beautiful weather, some grass for once. Like Middle East is just walls and concrete and fancy glass buildings, but you need a bit of nature. They race round a lake here in Albert Park. You know what I mean? It's just a completely different setting. I love it. You know, I've had enough of night races in the Middle East. This is where we begin. And it is, of course, inevitable. Max Verstappen on pole position. I thought Ferrari were really in with a fighting chance yesterday. I was really at one point thinking it was going to be a Ferrari front row lockout. You know, that's what I was hoping for. That's what I was thinking there might be a good chance of. In the end, Max produced a perfect lap of a 1 minute 15.9 and Sainz was about 2.5 tenths off that. So the top three on the grid is Verstappen, Sainz, Norris. I think Perez has been moved down 3 positions for what yet? I do not know. We'll find out. But yeah. Welcome in to the stream. Dougie, 2 hours to go, 1 minute 45 to go. So Dougie was counting down. Dougie's on all-nighter mode counting down. I've had a few hours sleep because if it is still going now, there's a good chance I fall asleep before the end of the race. So I thought, you know what I mean? If it's a boring race, do I see lap 58 if I'd have stayed up? Probably, but it could have been like a Demcast 50 laps in. So I've had a few hours sleep, so I'm all right, ready to go. But yeah, welcome in, Dougie. If you have actually made it to this point, welcome in. Sean's in. You see, Sean. You see, this is only a stream at 3:45 in the morning would have Sean in it. You know what I mean? He's not interested in Sunday afternoons. But he's up at 4:00 in the morning. Of course you are. But yeah, welcome in, Sean. Kim's here as well. The OGs are in. Yeah, Dougie's been having some fun counting down. You've been playing Minecraft to kill the hours. Been playing it for a couple of years. Is that yeah? Yeah, I got a few hours sleep. Gav's in as well. Man of his word. I don't know what your picture is there, Gav. Is that me? That'll have to be my new logo, Gav. That's looking funny. Yellow background as well. That'll stand out. That'll stand out on YouTube, innit? You need to send me that. Send me that. I might do it. Bit of a laugh in it. But yeah, let's start out for a banger. Yeah. Well, I mean, every race out for a banger, but F1 needs a banger, doesn't it? F1 needs a great race. It's been a while. I think the finish at Vegas, the back end of last season was quite good. That went down to sort of a final lap duel, and it was really close. But when was the last fantastic race? When was the last race that had me up on my feet? But like, oh my god, you know, when was the last time we had a phenomenal race? I don't know. Abu Dhabi 21. I don't know. No, there was some good races in 22. Last year was a bit long. So yeah, we could do with a great race. Whether we'll get it on a lovely afternoon in Melbourne, I don't know. Maybe if it was spitting with rain, we'd have more of a chance of that. But listen, I'm here either way. No matter if we get a procession or the best race in F1 history, I'm here. You got your salty dog. Welcome in, bro. I got my mango apricot Red Bull. Oh yeah, I work in shopping. We sell that now. Yeah, there's 3 new ones: watermelon, I mean, this is like a Red Bull advert. There's like watermelon, there's that one, and there's like a blueberry or something like that. But anyway. No, it's available here, Kim. Yeah. We sell it where I work. Anyway. Race is about 7 minutes out. Good morning, Mitch. Welcome to the stream. Anybody that is in chat as well will be entered into a new series I'm doing called the Viewers Championship. So anybody that is in live chat is automatically entered into a sim race that I do every Tuesday night. I basically race against the AI, but the AI I can change the names of. So instead of just going against Joe Blogs and Peter Smith and whoever I want, I change all the names to the people that are in live chat on the watch-alongs. And so it's kind of like a virtual horse race with your name on it, if you get what I mean. So I did the first one last Tuesday. Round 2's coming this Tuesday, so I'm a week behind because then the Viewers Championship that represents the chat on this race will be a week on Tuesday. But if you're in live chat, that is your ticket in. And there's going to be a giveaway at the end of the year for the champion. I've not decided what, it's not going to be £1 million, is it? But yeah, it's just a bit of added fun and a bit of interactivity for the viewers, and I think it'll be a fun idea. I did the first one last Tuesday. I had a lot of fun because it gives me a reason to do a proper race on the sim. And it's good fun to race against all of you lot in a way. I mean, obviously you don't have to do anything. The car drives itself, but it's got your name on it. So last time I was 12th out of 23, so I'm not going to rig it up so I win every round. I also don't want to be at the back every round, so I got it about right. I was 12th against the viewers first round. Declan won the first one. He's probably not even aware of what it even is. But yeah, Viewers Championship, get in. Everyone that's already typed in chat is already in. Already got your ticket. What's the prize? I don't know yet. I don't know. But whoever's a champion, obviously there'll be points given out at the end of each race. And yeah, but anyway, I, if it's a boring race, I can talk about that again in lap 38, can't I? But for now, the race is about to get underway. If you haven't already, guys, please do drop me a like on the stream. Getting up at 3:45 in the morning. No mean feat. I'd be up anyway, to be fair. Whether I was doing this or not, I would be watching this. But appreciate you. Nesto's in as well. Nesto, that is your entry to round 3 of the Viewers Championship. Welcome to the stream, bro. And Jams is in as well. I totally missed it. Are you still going then? Are you still up? Mate, your stream last night, the after party after your stream last night, mate, was absolutely goated. That was honestly one of the best streams I've ever seen. No joke, mate. Just like the half an hour. It was more than that. It was probably like an hour after the match ended. Just there in the shades, banging tunes. I was like, yeah, man. This is you know what I mean? Right, anyway, this is the starting grid for the Australian Grand Prix. It's Zhou Guanyu going to start from the pit lane. It's then P18 for Daniel Ricciardo, P17 for Pierre Gasly. I need to get the headphones on to know what's happened to Perez. But Nico Hülkenberg from P16. It's Esteban Ocon from P15. It's Kevin Magnussen, 14th on the grid. Valtteri Bottas, P13 on the grid. It's Alex Albon, 12th. Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes, only 11th. He's got to improve from there. He's got to come up through the field. Fernando Alonso, P10, with Lance Stroll ahead of him in P9. Good job from Stroll in qualifying. It's Yuki Tsunoda, probably the star of qualifying if you don't count Max's perfect lap. Tsunoda, P8. George Russell, P7. Sergio Perez, 6th on the grid. Oscar Piastri, P5, Charles Leclerc, P4, Lando Norris, P3, Sainz P2, and Max Verstappen, the inevitable P1, a 1 minute 15.9, got in pole position yesterday. How are we all doing? Are we all going over to Twitch after this? Ask Jamser, mate. Probably not. By the time this ends, it's going to be R5, 5:45. That's if there's no safety cars or red flags or crashes or delays or, you know. It's going to be R5. I think I'll probably be checked out by then. It'll be, that's all from me. Goodbye. Boom. Back to bed for a few hours. But if he wants to keep the party going, 5:30 in the morning, you might have a special guest. No. So, exactly, it's 4 a.m, Gavin. Going to sleep after this, without a doubt. Got your pills, so might not see the end, yeah. Who's ready for a Verstappen masterclass? I'm always ready for a Verstappen masterclass, Mitch. Whether I'm ready or not is happening. So, that has been the vibe for the last couple of years, so I can't really expect anything different. If we do get something different, well, I'll welcome it with open arms. You fell asleep about 15 minutes into the stream yesterday morning. Yeah, no worries, Kim. I'll try and keep you awake. You won't be falling asleep on lap 1, I'll tell you that. But beyond that, my excitement is based on what is happening on track. So if it's a dead race, I can't, it probably does settle down a bit commentary-wise. But I'll try and keep you awake, Every now and then I might go, oh, it's side by side for the lead, just to make, ooh, what? Even if Verstappen's leading by 28 seconds. And Norris goes to the lead, right? We're underway for the formation lap. You were here. Well, that's the main thing, isn't it? It's only 12 a.m. So you see, if you're in the US like you are in Boston, it's not so bad, is it, this one? It's not so bad. I know, having lived over in that time zone, that most of the races, especially when you get to Europe, are like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. So I used to watch them first thing in the morning and then get on with the rest of the day, which wasn't bad, actually. Rather than sort of having to dedicate your entire afternoon to it when you're in Europe. Sunday afternoon's completely written off when the F1's on. When you're a hardcore fan, when you're a big fan, your Sunday afternoon's done for when this is on. In the US, you can most races 7, 8 in the morning, bang, get on with the rest of your day. So, but this one's a Saturday night race for you. Not bad, actually. Saturday night race for Nesto Tiesto. When's the race getting underway? 90 seconds tops, mate. 90 seconds, if that. They're on the formation lap right now. Yeah, in a minute, mate. In a minute. Oi, come on, mate. Let's go. So Verstappen's... So... Right, I haven't watched any of the build-up, but was it not Perez who qualified third? I need SHT in chat, or someone that watched all the build-up. Was it not Perez third? And he's been demoted 3 positions. Or was Perez always 6 on the grid? Am I tripping? Or did Perez qualify third? Was it not Verstappen, Sainz, Perez? Yeah, he must have got a penalty. For what? He must... I think... I've not seen any of the build-up, but I think Perez has had a 3-place grid drop. But I don't know why. I have no idea. I did not get up at 2:30 in the morning and watch the hour and a half build-up to this. I've just switched it on 10 minutes before the race and it's 3, 2, 1, here we go. Do you know what I mean? 3-place penalty, yeah, but what for? Impeding. Oh, is it? Impeding. Ooh. What, during qualifying? Did he get in someone's way or something like that? Ooh, okay. Well, I appreciate the information. Right, we're on the grid. Here we go. Round 3. Come on, Sainz. Do that. If it's Verstappen on pole, I'm always backing the guy who's alongside for a dive bomb. Here we go then. 3, 2, 1. And the 2024 Australian Grand Prix is underway. It looks like a good start from Lando Norris from 3rd. Verstappen's having to defend it down the inside from Carlos Sainz around the outside, but Verstappen keeps the lead then from Sainz, Norris, and then Leclerc and the other McLaren of Oscar Piastri in P5. And Sainz has another look down into turn 3, but Verstappen's easily got the lead. And then we've got the other Red Bull, Sergio Perez alongside with Fernando Alonso into turn 3, side by side there. We've got Russell in front of Perez then. So Russell's done Perez for P6 on the start. But we are underway at Albert Park. Let's get this season properly going now. We've had the Middle Eastern races at night. Let's have a beautiful afternoon in Albert Park and a good race. And it already looks like Oscar Piastri is all over the back of Charles Leclerc as they enter turn 9 and 10 at speed for the first time. And looking like Norris is having to defend from Perez here, coming down to turn 11. It's Russell on the inside, Perez on the outside. Perez tries to get the switch back then. So Perez has been done at the start, and he's already putting pressure on Russell to get the position back then. And look at this at the back then. It's Gasly versus Hülkenberg for what would be 16th place. Of course, only 19 runners in this race after Logan Sargent has involuntarily given his car to Alexander Albon, which I do not agree with. See the video yesterday for more information on that. But only 19 cars in the race, only 1 Williams in the race. DRS is now enabled at the end of lap 1. I think there's 4 DRS zones here in Albert Park. So we should get a fair bit of overtaking. But yeah, hope you well, Ernesto, mate. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Sainz is with... Oh my God, Sainz is going for the lead. Sainz has gone round the outside of Max Verstappen for the lead. Carlos Sainz takes the lead of the Australian Grand Prix. Oh, wow. Oh, we've not been able to say that for a few years. Verstappen's been done. Carlos Sainz round the outside of Max Verstappen and takes the lead. Oh, that was not on my bingo card today. Oh, Ferrari quick. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Oh, we've got a race here. Whew. Hey, I have seen something like 50 of the last 55 Grand Prix of Verstappen just disappearing at the front and not even any television coverage of him until he's halfway through the final lap, and then it's like, oh yeah, Max is about to win. But not today. Obviously, Max has made a mistake. He's on the team radio saying he's lost a rear end at some point, giving Carlos the opportunity, and Carlos sweeps around the outside before they get to turn 9 and boom, and there we go. Ferrari and Carlos Sainz fresh off the operating table after having appendicitis. He's had his appendix out 2 weeks ago, and now he leads 13 days later in Australia. Woo! Let's go, Mitch. Let's go. Oh, mate, this is livened up a treat. And I tell you what, look at the pack's still right there. Norris is right there. And Leclerc and Piastri, these guys are nose to tail, and then Piastri's dropped Russell a little bit, but look at this. Verstappen complaining about the rear of the car. So Sainz still leads as we start lap 4. Then it's Sainz from Verstappen, Norris, Leclerc, Piastri, top 5. Then a little bit of a gap to then Russell, Perez, Stroll, Tsunoda, and Hamilton in P10. Hamilton, incidentally, just noticed, is on the soft tyre, Alonso on the hard, and everybody else in the top dozen on the medium tyre then. So Hamilton going aggressive for this first stint. I think Verstappen's got a problem. I think Verstappen's got a problem, mate. Verstappen's got a problem. Oh, this championship. Come on. We need this bit of unpredictability. Oh, Verstappen's got a problem, mate. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're going to win the other 18 races. Let someone else have a go. Oh, the car's smoking up, mate. The car's smoking. Oh, what is wrong here? It's a bit of bodywork rubbing against the rear tyre. Oh, Verstappen's dropping back. We are going to get a different winner here today. We are going to get a different winner. F1's needed this for 2.5 years. Oh, the championship leader. Oh, when was the last time Max Verstappen had reliability issues? What, mid-21? Something like that. Oh, baby. Oh, Verstappen might be out of the race. Oh, you've had to pause to get timing. Mate. Oh, my God, this has just opened it right up. And it's still only round 3 as well. Oh, mate, massive opportunity for him. I tell you what, Perez will be gutted. The one race where it doesn't go well for Verstappen, and Perez is stuck down in 6th. Oh, look at this. Yeah, there's a fire. No, the drama of this. When was the last time we've seen Max Verstappen with reliability issues? It's years. It's years. Look at this. Lap 5. Verstappen's in the pits. Nah, it's done. Look at the cake tins on fire and everything. All the brakes are on fire. Nah. Oh, this is drama. Verstappen smoking. Oh, he's out. Verstappen. It has happened, SHT. It's happened. Verstappen is out of the Australian Grand Prix. We are going to get a different winner. Oh, my God. He's won 35 out of the last 41 races. Oh, but here we go then. It's game on between McLaren and Ferrari now. Oh, gloves off, mate. This is Lando Norris's best chance of a Grand Prix victory since Russia 2020 or whatever it was when he didn't put on the wet tyres for the last couple of laps. This is a massive opportunity. Sainz, Norris, Leclerc and Piastri now. It's got to be one of them 4 to win this Grand Prix, and Verstappen looks on in the garage. Wow, not happy. And Verstappen's out. I did not expect to be saying Verstappen's out on lap 6, but it is a massive opportunity now for these McLaren and Ferrari boys. Who am I going for now? Ferrari 1-2. Yeah, Ferrari 1-2. But let's see. Lando, I'd love Lando to win it now out of these 4. Well, I'd probably prefer Oscar even more. You know what I mean? But if oh my God. Right, this is game on, seriously. So Leclerc is in the middle of these 2 McLarens. He doesn't know whether to attack Norris or defend against Piastri. Sainz leads by 1.9 seconds at the end of lap 6. I tell you what, all the people that have not woken up for this, that have thought, God, I'm having a lie-in. This is just going to be another Verstappen walk-along. They're going to wake up in a couple of hours and go, what? Everybody that's decided that a Sunday morning lie-in has taken priority has made a big mistake. If you're big on F1. I mean, some people wouldn't care anyway. Do you know what I mean? Some people wouldn't care if flipping Hulkenberg won the race, but... Oh, mate. I'm buzzing, Mitch. Honestly. I've waited. What's that Titanic thing where it's been 84 years. You know, the old woman from the Titanic. Yeah, the old woman from the Titanic. It's been 84 years, mate. I feel like I've been waiting for someone else to win a race other than Max for 84 years. And Verstappen out. We've just seen a replay of, it's completely, I don't know what caused the fire on the right rear The right rear brake seemed to have caught fire. Wow, no, it's game over. But you should do a short for the reaction. Maybe. The thing is with shorts, if I was going to do shorts, I would have to use footage because there's only so far a reaction can get you on a short. So I'd need to use I need my reaction and what's happening underneath. And if I did that, I don't know if I'd get sort of a slap on the wrist. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have to test it and see if I do get a slap on the wrist. There's only one way to find out in there. But yeah, I need to get into the shorts. Obviously, that's what YouTube are pushing. But yeah, anyway, it's Sainz who leads by 2.3 seconds over Norris. And then Leclerc, Piastri, Russell, Perez, Stroll, Tsunoda, Alonso, Bottas now in the top 10. Hamilton must have already pitted then and gone into the hard tyres. Sainz, whoa, and Leclerc attacking Norris into turn 9. He's had to back out at the last minute. That's not helped him. And can Piastri do anything about Leclerc now? Down into turn 11, no, he's not quite close enough. But a big battle ensuing between Ferrari and McLaren here in Albert Park today for the win. Not just for P3, not just for P4, not just for the final part of the spot on the podium, not just for the win. For once, we're getting a real jeopardy about and a real competition about who's going to win this, which is, should be taken for granted. But unfortunately, in the last few years, it's not. It's mad, Jamza. Hey, have you got it on, Jamza? Because I tell you what, it's not every day you see a scenario like this. Put it that way. This race can be here, mate. Ooh. Yeah, what a race. Yeah, because honestly, it's Lando Norris is overdue a win. He's a fantastic driver, and through one reason or another, it's never quite panned out for him. He's had a couple of opportunities here and there, and through maybe a fault of his own, through maybe a strategy error, through maybe, for whatever reason, Lando's never got it over the line for a win. Today's a massive chance. A massive opportunity for all of these top 4. I think, maybe Perez as well, can come through from there. But so maybe it's 5. Maybe there's 5 people that can win this race today, not just one, because he's already out. But I think Sainz has to be the favourite though. Sainz looking strong, and his gap is 3 seconds, and now the first pit stops start to occur. So, for the leaders at least, obviously the guys in the midfield have already stopped. But at the front, the pit stops are triggered. Leclerc's in, Piastri's in. Can Piastri get on the podium at his home race? That's got to be the aim now. I mean, that would have been the aim anyway, but with Max out of the race, you've got to get a podium here today for Oscar Piastri. This is a massive opportunity at your home race to do something magic. Not against Sauber. What, have they had a bad pit stop again? I didn't even... Yes, Matty P, mate. Yeah, Max is out. I know. Unbelievable, Matty. Unbelievable. What happened? Where were you, Kim? What do you mean? You missed the first 10 laps. Well, that's what's happened. If you've got it on TV right now, Max Verstappen retired on lap 3. I mean, not forever. He'll be back in Japan, but... he's out. Here we go for a replay on board with Lewis Hamilton, then down to turn 1. What's happened there? He's lost the rear end and gone across the curb and across the grass. And Lewis is really struggling this season in general. And this is just going from bad to worse for Lewis Hamilton, and he might not even get any points out of today. You went for a cup of tea? Wow, that was a poorly timed cup of tea. Yeah, I've been watching on a slight delay. Well, I can't be on a delay. Japan's not as bad. Japan is 6 a.m. start. And then China thinks 8 a.m. start 2 weeks after that. So we've got a few early mornings. We've got a few early mornings in a row. And then after that, it goes, I think, Miami, which is Sunday night. And then we get into, I think it's round 7 before you get a race on a Sunday afternoon, which is a bit mad. But yeah, so a few early mornings. Japan, 6 a.m. China, I think, 8 a.m. So but that's what you get when it's in the east. That's what you get when it's in this part of the world. They're 8 hours ahead of Europe, or 8, 9, 10 hours ahead of Europe. So you're gonna get a few early mornings, but it's all part of the journey. As we see, the guys having pitted at the front and now got to make the way through the traffic at the moment then. So Alonso and Hülkenberg haven't pitted. They're up in 4th and 5th. And there goes Leclerc down the inside. They're having to pick the way through these... mad that I'm saying Alpine's a back marker, but it is. You've been awake since 9:30 a.m. yesterday. Wow. Yeah, I don't know how you're still going, but... a good look and seeing the checker flag, Kim. Look at this then. Piastri down the inside of Hülkenberg. Gets the job done nice and quickly then. And can get on with the race. Sainz aiming to make a statement. Yeah. I think Sainz has got to be favourite now. From here. But we'll see. I think Ferrari will change their minds about that. Well... not change their minds, but... they'll be... If it's still like this at mid-season, they're going to be thinking, oh, well, they're not, are they? They're signing a 7-time. They're signing it's the name, It's like, it's everything that comes with the name Lewis Hamilton. Obviously, you want the performance as well, but it's everything else. The PR is invaluable. So let's hope he can kick back into gear. If Lewis has a poor season this season, let's hope he can switch it back on again. That's what I'm worried about. Lewis might be able to check out of this season and think, well, it's a season of P8s, P9s, P7s. Not really hard. But then, can he then switch that hunger back on when we get to this time next year? Or will he have already sort of relaxed a little bit too much, and then he's 40 years old, and then that's going to be a big one. Can Lewis then, given a competitive car, then wake back up and go, right, here we go. After a couple of years of not fighting for a win, can he then get back in the zone? We'll have to wait another 11 months for that answer, but that'll be very interesting. Yeah, it's a marketing brand, exactly. It's like when United signed Ronaldo when he was like 38. His performance might have dropped off a little bit, but it was still worth it for that one season where he scored a load of goals and sold a load of shirts, and it's still worth it, even if it's not. Even if it's not 25-year-old Ronaldo, 37-year-old Ronaldo was still pretty good. But yeah. Plus Mercedes has admitted that their data sim doesn't correlate with the car yet, hasn't for the last 3 years. Yeah, and I said this before, I thought that this season would be the season that Mercedes would be back, not in a way where they were fighting for the championship, but back as competitive as Ferrari are now, where, all right, you're not going to win a championship, but if Max slips up, aka today, you're in a position to win. Mercedes might scrape up a few points, Russell might get a top 6, but yeah, Mercedes are not where I thought they'd be this year. But yeah, guys, so we've got alternate strategies going on. Alonso, Hülkenberg, Gasly still out there, lap 14. And meanwhile, the rest of the pack has pitted already. So we've got completely different strategies going on. We'll see how it plays out towards the final quarter of the race. Max's first DNF since Australia 22. Yes, I remember it. I was like, really? I remember it. I remember him breaking down. Yes, you are right. I do remember him. He broke down the exit. He exited turn 2, wasn't he? I remember seeing the guy. I remember seeing that and going mad. Yeah. Yep. So Norris pits then, and so does Sergio Perez. Alonso's still out there. He's now up into second. Good on, Fernando. I mean, it's not really second place, but it is for now. Let's say it is for now. As Perez comes out then behind Stroll, and look at that, he's lost the rear end and gives an opportunity for Lewis Hamilton. Is Hamilton going to fight Sergio Perez? They go down to turn 3. It's going to be Perez on the inside, Hamilton round the outside. He's not really got the run, and he's against the Red Bull. It's going to be difficult to pass Perez from here. Perez is going to be up to speed, getting the tyre temps up, and it's going to be difficult for Lewis to make that. He had one chance to make that move, and he's missed it. So this is a bogey track. Well, not through his own fault, but I suppose, yeah. Everyone has a race he don't like. I don't think it's that he doesn't like it, but he's had a bit of bad luck, shall we say. Yeah, he's had a bit of bad luck round here. I think Red Bull in general have had bad luck round here. I think SHC, you'll know, but I think Red Bull haven't won here since 2011. So it's not really been Red Bull's fighting ground, has it? Melbourne, but let's say Hamilton team radio. Yeah, Lewis just talking about Sergio Perez's Red Bull. Geez, that car's fast. Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's had bad luck. Oh, Russell down the inside of Gasly then into turn 3. Gasly gives him the space just about. And Russell up into P7 then. Obviously, Gasly's still out there on old tyres. Hulkenberg's still out there too. Alonso's still out there in P2. Who else has stayed out there? I think near enough everybody else has pitted then, other than Alonso, Hulkenberg, Gasly. Yeah. And now it's going to be Stroll around the outside into turn 9. Stroll and Gasly go side by side. Gasly down the inside keeps the position. And now Sergio Perez has to pounce on this battle, surely. Ocon passes. And is Hamilton in the pits then again? What's up with Lewis Hamilton? Oh, he's grinding to a halt. Oh, engine failure. Oh, no. Hamilton's out of the race. Engine failure. I tell you what. That used to... Hamilton retirements used to absolutely destroy me mentally. When I was from the age of like 15 to 25. All the sport was about one man at every retirement and I just had like a flashback of trauma. Where every single issue for Lewis Hamilton would be the end of the world when I was like 17, 18 years old. My God, I used to live and breathe it. Do you know what I mean? These days, I'm more neutral, but good God, it's like a flashback of trauma then, seeing Lewis Hamilton grind to a halt. That'd have have been absolutely, you know what I mean, punching holes in the wall a lot, seeing that 6 years ago, but... at one point, you got to grow up and go, there's more people to this than one man. But anyway, I've been waffling on. Hamilton's out of the race is the bottom line. So Verstappen and Hamilton both retire from the Australian Grand Prix. Who had that on the bingo card? Whoa, and it just cuts out completely. It just cuts out. Wow, it just cuts out completely. No. Well, a bad start to the season is turning into a disastrous start to the season for Lewis Hamilton, as now Fernando Alonso, behind virtual safety car, pits. Clever. Cheap pit stop for Fernando Alonso whilst everybody's a little bit slower. Is he going to come out P5? There he is. Alonso's going to come out of the pits. Oh, it's perfect as well. Now the virtual safety car's ended. A perfect one for Fernando Alonso, who now runs P5 after his stop. Alonso benefited massively from that. You be back next season. Oh, mate, Gav. I told you, innit? It's full Ferrari mode next year. It's full. It's Ferrari cap, shirt, socks, underwear, bedding, curtains. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm jumping on the Ferrari train next season. I make no mistake about it. Yeah. I'm going for it. It's not like, it's weird that I sort of jump around to a support, really, which is not. It's a bit of a weird one. Most F1 fans have their team or have their driver, and that's it. I sort of have a look year to year. Oh, Perez down the inside of Lance Stroll. Then he's been eyeing up that move for a few laps, and Perez then up to P7. I got exactly. I did. I got PTSD from Hamilton DNF. I did. He's like, he's grinding to a halt, and in the back of my head, there's something in the back of my head went, no, and then I remembered, no, it's all right, it's calm, it doesn't affect your life, you're okay. Yeah. Both recent championships in the same. Alonso next. Eh? Both recent champions. Oh, this emoji thing covers what? Covers the other word. Oh, yeah, both recent. Oh, right. Yeah, so world champions are retiring. Yeah. Yeah, world champions are retiring. Do you have to go all the way back to a lot? Yeah, you do, don't you? There's 3 world champions on the grid. Yeah, Vettel's gone. Hey, Sebastian Vettel might do Le Mans this year. Oh, Le Mans watch along, anybody? Sebastian Vettel in the Porsche. 24-hour stream incoming. Ocon Team Radio then, lap 19. Okay, so Ocon has been complaining about maybe temperatures rising for the Alpine, so they've got a tear off out of the engine cover. So we're on lap 20. And the running order is Sainz, Leclerc, Piastri, Norris. So Norris lost out in all these pit stops then? It seems like Leclerc's gained and Norris has lost. And Piastri's gained a place as well. So it's Ferrari 1-2, McLaren 3-4, Alonso with the cheap pit stop in P5. It's then Russell, Perez, Stroll, Tsunoda and Alex Albon. Controversially, P10 in a car that is not his own. So, maybe James Vowles has got it right. No, he has got it right. I just don't agree with it. If that's a stance to, if that's even a possible stance to take, he's done the right thing, but I don't agree with it. That's the stance I'm taking. We'll see Norris win. So would I. I'd love Piastri to win even more than that. But yeah, I would love to see Norris. Any of them McLarens, you know, I mean, I fully back it today. Le Mans all the way. Yes, mate. Yes, Mitch. Are we doing it? Leave my guy alone. Albon is the GOAT and should be in Mercedes next season. Listen, I like Alex. Alex is one of my faves. No, I like Alex, but I don't like the decision from James Vowles. I don't like it from Logan Sargent's point of view at all. I think it's horrendous from Logan Sargent's point of view. I think it's mentally a big, it's a big kick in the gut, isn't it? It's horrible. He's not made the mistake, and yet he's had his car taken off him, and he's had to sit out the race, no fault of his own. Nah, I don't like it. But it might pay dividends, as we see Sergio Perez easily round the outside of George Russell. I missed it. Martin Brundle missed it. Everyone missed it, but is Russell going to try and fight back down into turn 11? Probably not. Perez has got DRS and gets the move done cleanly. So it's Perez up into P6 now then and can start hunting down Fernando Alonso. 4.8 seconds is the gap. Instantly, 1.6 seconds is the gap between the top two. So it's Sainz leads Leclerc by 1.6. It's then Piastri, Norris. Piastri's on for a podium at the moment at his home Grand Prix. And I don't think that's ever been done before. Daniel Ricciardo did get on the podium once in his Red Bull days, but due to a fuel, he didn't have enough. You have to have a sample of fuel left at the end of the race, and I don't think he had enough fuel left to give a sample, and so he got disqualified. So he stood on the podium, but officially it's not been recorded as a podium. So I don't think any Australian has finished on the podium at the home race. Because I don't think Webber ever did it. And then I don't think there was an Australian Grand Prix when Alan Jones used to race, so. Or maybe there was, but maybe it was Adelaide or something like that, and I don't know. If you go back in F1 history, before I was born, it's out of my jurisdiction. It gets sketchy when you get into the 80s. You fell asleep, but you're here. I mean, it's a great advert for me, that, you know, putting people to sleep left, right, and centre. Welcome back, mate. Like a library in here, mate, putting everyone to sleep. Nah, welcome along. Yeah. Guys, stop saying that you're falling asleep when you're watching my stream. It's not a good advert. We know it's the middle of the night, but still. Doesn't bode well, does it? Yeah, he fell asleep before the race started. It's a good job I didn't. Hey, Sean, Verstappen's out, mate, so we've got a race on our hands here for once. Leclerc's catching Sainz for the lead as well, gap 1.8. Well, it's sort of a stalemate at the minute at the front. And then we've got a 2.1 second gap to Piastri. I wonder if Piastri's going to be able to hunt down the Ferraris then. That would really make a race of it. And then we've got Norris P4, Alonso 8 seconds off the back of the... thing is... For Sergio Perez, this would have been a big one to take 25 points, really. It's sort of fallen a bit unlucky for him, because if Perez was to get all 25 points here, would he lead the championship? What's the scenario? I think he would. I mean, Perez might lead the championship anyway. What's the gap? What's Verstappen on 50? Or is Verstappen on 51 with the fastest lap? Let's say Verstappen's on 51 or 50. Perez had 2 second places, so Perez on 36, so he's 14 behind. So Perez gets 14 points or more. Basically, Perez has got to be on the podium. If Perez is on the podium, he comes out of this race leading the World Championship then. Well, Perez has got to get his skates on, hasn't he? Wait, ow, yeah. See, he's gone. No, look at that. He's there, mate. And Hamilton's out as well. Brutal. I don't know what caused it, but he ended up with a brake fire right rear. I don't know if there's any bodywork rubbing or I don't know. I don't know why, but the brakes caught fire, and so game over for Verstappen. Unbelievable drama. The question is, have we seen the last DNF? Doesn't feel like it. Well, have we? I don't know. How are we almost at half race distance? I feel like we're just getting going. I've thought about doing a GT World Championship. No, I don't follow it, so I wouldn't know who's who, what's what, and you know what I mean? I don't know enough about it. I struggle enough with the F2. I've just about sort of learned, because you've got to be able to see the livery of the car and you've got to know. Do you know what I mean? You or else you, and that is I don't know going around the outside. It doesn't work. So I'm learning the ins and outs of who drives for who in F2. That's enough. I tried to do a NASCAR watch along at the beginning in February. Oh, forget it. It's like 50 cars and they change the livery every week. Oh, forget it. But yeah, I'll do F1, F2, but beyond that is stretching it. You know what I mean? There's only. It's not a good sign. Don't get the PJs and Teddy. Well, yeah, what? Ferrari? Are you behind on the stream? Albon under pressure then from Hülkenberg for the final point. James Vowles will be praying that Albon does get a point, not only for the fact that he gets a point, but also to sort of confirm that he's made the right decision as well. Because if Alex doesn't get points, it's like, well, it's kind of for nothing, but we had to do it. Whereas if Alex does get a point, he can just go, well, you can all shut up because I made the right decision. A difficult but correct decision, you know, so. PJs and Teddy, I know. Yeah. Hello and welcome to the channel. Oh, Todd's here. No way. Yes, Todd. Welcome to the stream, bro. You join us on lap 26 or 58. Oh, well. What happened to Max and Hamilton? Max had an issue with the right rear wheel, whether the brakes caught on fire or the tyre was rubbing against the bodywork, or I don't know what the diagnosis is, but problem with his right rear wheel meant a retirement on lap 2 or 3 for Max Verstappen. And then Lewis Hamilton, his engine just gave up. His engine just completely shut off on lap, 12, 13, something like that. So, yeah, Hamilton and Verstappen out of the race. 17 cars in it because, of course, Sargent didn't even start the race. So we only got one Williams in it from the beginning. And now we've only got one Red Bull and one Mercedes as well. So it's lap 27. It's Sainz who now leads Leclerc by 4.5 seconds. So Sainz is looking very strong here and is looking to pick up the pieces of the Max Verstappen disaster. I'm saying it's now Norris will win. As the laps tick by, that becomes more and more of a long shot. Oh, look at that then. So Perez breezes past Alonso. Perez up to P5. Remember, if Perez gets on the podium today, he will lead the World Championship going into the Japanese Grand Prix in 2 weeks' time. So it's a big race for Sergio Perez. Yeah, cheers, Gav. Yeah, please do drop a like and subscribe if you are into Formula One. I'll be live again for the Japanese Grand Prix weekend, probably qualifying in the race for that in a couple of weeks. Here we go for a replay then of Perez. He had a think about going around the outside, but in the end, it was just sweep. That Red Bull with DRS is just unstoppable. It's too good, man. I think DRS has gone too far these days. I feel they need to rein it in a little bit with DRS. They've gone too far. Like, I understand why it's implemented, and I don't know if it'd be for abolishing it completely, but they need to rein it in a little bit. It's making it where, especially if you've got a quicker car as well, with DRS, it's just becoming slam dunk overtakes, which is no fun. You know, if it brings you into contention, that's one thing. But if you're just breezing past, nah, not the one. Oh, Piastri being told to swap positions. Oh, gold. Right, so Piastri playing the team game at his home race and lets Lando Norris through. They're on slightly different strategies. And, well, Piastri moves aside for Lando Norris. Can Lando Norris now catch Charles Leclerc? That's going to be the big one. The gap at the moment is 3.1 seconds. I'll be looking for that gap to come down then. Piastri's moved out of the way. Can you now go and attack the Ferraris? DRS ruins it. Yeah, I'd like to see them do a few races without DRS, just as a test of like, do we need this anymore? But then if you get 2-3 boring races, then it's like, right, bring it back. You get 2-3 races with like one overtaking maneuver, and you're like, well, all right, bring it back. I don't know if I'm against, like I said, I don't know if I'm against abolishing DRS, but I do feel like they need to rein it in a bit. For example, this circuit's got 4 DRS zones. Chill out, you know. I don't know if they've gone too far with it now. We're saying Ocon to win? Yeah, definitely, Sean. Ocon to win the race. Get a tenner on that, William Hill. Is Perez bad or something? Because why is he behind when Max would be ahead? Well, yeah, this is it. This is the big one. Sergio Perez, in theory, if anything happens to Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez should be picking up the pieces and winning easily. And had this have happened in the first 2 races in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, it would have been Perez winning, because Perez was second and comfortably second. But here, it's just not been the case. He's having a bit of an off weekend where he's not quite on Max's, you know, he's been swallowed up by the Ferraris. He's in the battle with the Ferraris and the McLarens. And now Max has retired. And now Perez is like P5 thinking, oh, this is a big opportunity. And so, yeah, that is the problem. Perez is not really making the most of it when the chance arises for him. So, yeah, it's not great. That's where it's going to hurt Red Bull. Like, it's fine Red Bull having a clear number 1 and number 2 driver, and that's fine until you get a scenario like this, and then it's like, oh, now all our hopes rest on Sergio Perez. We're in an interview with Max Verstappen here. What did he say was wrong? I was talking over him. You're better than Perez. I was going to say something savage then. But no, you're not. None of us are. Perez is overrated. Perez is a solid driver, but is he world championship material? Probably not. Hey, but he's solid. He's always been decent. He's bigger than Perez, yeah. That was along the lines of what I was... You might be a little bit bigger. Manuel, I'm a little bit bigger than Perez, do you know what I mean? We both need to cut down. We'd both need to slim down, Sean, to even fit in the car for a start. You know what I mean? It'd be belly pushed up against the steering wheel and going, well, this might not be for me, this. For both of us, that is. Yeah, so we probably wouldn't be better than Perez, because we probably wouldn't fit in the damn car. Yeah. Well, Jamsy, you're like 6'4", 6'3", 6'4". You already be sticking. There's no F1 driver that's 6'3.5", mate. I'll tell you that for a fact. You'd be like, the steering would be down there. You'd be stuck out of the cockpit like that, just like chilling, like, nah, don't think this is for me, this. 6'1", 6'2", 6'2" on a good day, right? I'll give you a bit of height there. Right, what's happening on track though? So Alonso's keeping up with Sergio Perez. So Perez passed Alonso, but has not managed to clear off in the distance. Sainz has cleared off from Leclerc though. Sainz leads by 8.1. Sainz is on the warpath. I don't think he can be beating it today. Carlos Sainz is going, right, this is it. I'm all in. I'll tell you what, it was Sainz who won when Red Bull had problems in Singapore last year as well. Sainz is the only other driver since, you know, the beginning of the last season to win a race other than the Red Bulls. You know, only Perez, Verstappen and Sainz have won a race in the last year and a half. Hey, yo, you here to chat? Oh, Flabby's in. Yes, mate. Welcome to the stream. Oh, my God. It's Flabby G going all in. Alonso and Perez's gearbox. I know. Alonso's looking quick. Flabbit. Yeah, no. Sainz has lost his seat at the end of this season, and he's looking the stronger of the two Ferraris here today. Can Haas manage to get two cars in the points? Where are we at now? P10 and 11. Well, that's where they were in Saudi Arabia last weekend, and I was writing them off as the slowest team on the grid at the beginning of the season, but they're decent. Right, so Norris is catching Leclerc. This is a scenario. Sainz is disappearing away at the front. 8.8 seconds is the lead. But Norris and Piastri are catching Charles Leclerc for P2. That is the scenario. Lap 34 of 58. Fancy some M&Ms. Oh yeah, get us a bag as well, mate. Just sat here munching M&Ms. Just for the branding, do you know what I mean? Oh, Leclerc complained about his tyres, yeah, so... Are Ferrari going to be the first to blink and pit Charles Leclerc then for a second time today? Yeah, I feel like they've got to pit, haven't they? Ferrari have to pit Leclerc now. He's clearly dropping off the cliff with the tyre wet. Come on, man needs a sponsor. Yeah, only 1,200 watch hours to go, Jamza, until monetization. Only the 1,200 watch hours. Oh, so Leclerc's in, but the McLarens have stayed out. Is the crucial thing here. Light work, bro, you know. Only 1,200 to go out of 4,000. You got a 1 kg bag of them. Oh, what a beast. Oh, look at this. Right, so Leclerc's come out of the pits right in the face of Sergio Perez and Fernando Alonso. And Perez is having a look down the inside. Leclerc's having to defend into turn 3. He's come out of the pits, joining an already hot battle between Alonso and Perez. Either Perez is not as quick as he should be, or Alonso, well, Alonso's on the medium tyre, that's why he's quick. So Alonso, looking really quick on the medium tyre, has been able to keep up with the Red Bull for the past dozen laps. Which is very impressive. But, yeah, do the McLarens react to this now then? So Leclerc has pitted and come back out in P4, crucially just ahead of Perez and Alonso then. So now, surely they pit Sainz now just to play it safe. What do McLaren do now? Red Bull having a look in the pit lane. Do they pit Sergio Perez? But ain't no way. Not that many what? I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, the watch hours. Not that many. It's quite a lot. I think I get about something like 25, 30 watch hours per race, so 1,200. We're still looking at a couple of years yet. But listen, I have fun anyway. Do you know what I mean? What's a £2 at the end of a month going to change my life? Not really. So Perez is pitted and come out then. P9. So McLaren, the top three is still out there then. Ooh. Okay. I think if I was McLaren, oh look, more pit stop issues for Zhou Guanyu. What are they doing here? What's happening with Zhou Guanyu? Oh, I tell you what, they've got a serious problem down at Sauber with this. This is the third race in a row. Where Sauber have had problems with the wheel nut in the pit stop. That is an absolute shambles. Proper posh school, that, which one? Oh, did he? Went to Millfield School? Yeah, Yeah, I mean, you got to be very lucky to even get to this point if you've not got a lot of money behind you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me that Lando Norris went to a posh school at all. Good entertainment. Yeah, decent. I was hoping for a bit more of a fight for the lead, but with Sainz being 10 seconds in front, fair play to him. He's taking on the role of Max Verstappen today. His Sainz absolutely dominating from the front. But as Alexander Albon had a bit of contact there. What's he saying on the radio, Albon? Yeah, so Albon complaining about Hulkenberg. Zhou Guanyu is a Counter-Strike player, is he? I didn't know that. Fair play. Does he? Have you played him? Headshot, Zhou Guanyu. Probably made of plastic and threads being chewed up. Oh, yeah. What, the Sauber wheel nuts? Plastic ones. It's an absolute shambles. This is Formula One. Like, you wouldn't expect that down your local, like, track day. This is Formula One. They can't take the wheels off and put wheels on. This tens of millions of pounds worth of investment going into this, and they can't. It's just absolutely embarrassing. And it's meant that they run 16th and 17th now, which is dead last in the race due to this issue. Just heard about it. He's into the scene. Is he? I had no idea. I know. The only one I know is that Verstappen's big on iRacing, which is what I play. Verstappen's like the best in the world, or one of the best in the world on iRacing. So I always think, well, the skills translate. If I can be quick on there, I can be quick in real life. But clearly, the sim's pretty good, isn't it? Because he could translate his skills over and be the best in the world on iRacing. I think, weirdly enough, he has more competition on iRacing than he does in real life, which is an absolute mad situation. Oh, yeah, potentially. No, because they split it, like with all games, they split it into skill level. So I'd never come up against Verstappen. Like, I wouldn't be in his split, so as they call it. So, he's put up against people of his skill level. What do they call it? Skill-based matchmaking. So iRacing has that, so there'd be no chance of that. If it was like open lobbies, oh mate, yeah. Everyone would just be trying to take him out though, wouldn't they, in turn one? Verstappen's in my lobby! No breaking into turn one for me! So you can't do that. Yeah, of course. Yeah, proper mad levels, yeah. Like, on iRacing, you get an I rating. The average I rating for, like, the average over all the millions of players is about 1,500. Mine's a little bit above that, like, I don't know, 3,000. A really good player has, like, a 4,000 I rating. 5,000 if you're, like, semi-pro, your I rating is going to be like 4,000 or 5,000. Verstappen's is something like 14,000 or something like that. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Piastri pits then. So finally, they've gone on a completely different strategy to Leclerc then. So Piastri pits now, and Russell gets through, and Norris is being told to pit. And get Fanatec. Oh, mate, yeah. Oh, McLaren GT wheel. I've got the. I can't remember what it is. I think it's like a version 2 F1 wheel or something like that. But yeah, I did look at getting the McLaren GT wheel actually. But I'm really happy with what I did get. But yeah, Mitch, I can't recommend it enough. Honestly, amazing. Honestly. Expensive hobby to get into, but worth every penny. Honestly, it's phenomenal. Anyway, right, let's get back proper into what's going on in the race. This could be good, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, Gab. But not everyone has all this sim racing stuff, so I'm just putting them in as a virtual car. Because you know how many people in chat are going to have like all this stuff. Right, so Norris has pitted and come back out then into third. So what's the gaps now then? So Leclerc back up into second. The gap is 3.8 seconds then. Lap 41 of 58. Sainz leads by 26 seconds, but he's yet to stop. But that'll still be a decent lead. So Norris is hunting down Leclerc then for second place is the big story. And then you've got Alonso up in fourth at the moment, whether he'll have to pit again. I don't know. He might see it out from there, Alonso, and just try and get to the end. Sainz pits then from the lead. Also help out with the watch hours. Exactly. You know, I do a stream every Tuesday night on the sim. So, and by you being in chat today, Gav, this is your entry ticket to being in round 3 of that. I've done round 1, round 2 coming to Tuesday. But everyone who's in live chat, so type a message in chat to be entered into the Viewers' Championship. But Piastri passes Alonso, and is Alonso going to pit right now? Yeah, Alonso dives into the pits then, and it becomes, again, on lap 42 of 58, Ferrari 1-2, McLaren 3-4, and Alonso in the pits could promote Russell up to 5th, and we'll see where Perez is going to... See, Perez has not made much inroads, though, has he? Perez P6. With the GT DD Pro. Yeah, I've got the DD version 2 or something. I can't even remember now. It's a small one anyway, because they do those direct drive rigs that are like the massive ones. But I've just got the little cube one, which was the newer one. You're definitely down to be a virtual driver. You're already in. In fact, you were already in round 1, I think. Yeah. But yeah, everyone in the live chat's automatically entered into the Viewers' Championship. So check that out on Tuesday nights. If you're in live chat now, have a look. Your name will be in the race. I'll be racing against you, in a way. I race against the AI, but I change all the names to put all the viewers' names in, if you get what I mean. If you catch my drift. Just a bit of fun, innit? Adds a bit of interactivity to it, rather than race against Joe Blogs and Computer A and Computer B and Computer C. I might as well put all yous lot names in it and have a bit of fun with it. You took it out. Oh, Jamza. I didn't even see you in the entire race. And then at the end, I'm looking at the thing and it's like, Jamza. I was like, all right. But the stats for every single race are completely random. So just because you had a bad car or bad luck or whatever in round one, it's completely clean slate for every single round that I'll do of that. So the stats are completely on a random number generator. So you could be the quickest in one race, slowest in the next. And so it'll mix it up. So the only way to win the championship is to be in every stream. There you go, method to the madness. But the performance will be up and down throughout the year, you know. You could win one, last in the next, and it'll just be completely different. But anyway, yeah. Better luck next time. Exactly. Post the results. The whole race is live streamed, Mitch. The whole race is live streamed on here on Tuesday nights. 2-hour race as well. Proper. Right, let's get back to what's happening then. So Piastri sets the fastest lap. It is Sainz who only leads now by 5.2. So the gap was as much as 8, 9, 10 seconds for Sainz. It's now 5.2 with 12, 14 laps to go. So whoa, look at this. Magnussen battling Albon for 11th place. Albon has done well considering all the pressure on him and all the rest of it. But it is Sainz that leads by 4.8. Then Norris 4.2 behind Leclerc. So Leclerc a little bit quicker than the McLarens at the moment. Piastri in P4, 8.5 seconds behind his teammate. Then Russell P5, a solid job in the Mercedes. Up to now, is Perez going to be able to hunt him down? You know, Perez is looking at probably P5 at best here, with 4 seconds between him and Russell. Then we've got Alonso and Stroll. Stroll's had a pretty solid race up to now. We've got 2 Aston Martins, our 7th and 8th. Then Yuki Tsunoda, P9. I think he started P9, still P9. And Nico Hulkenberg is in the final points paying position at P10 at the moment. Then we're looking at this battle for P11 between Albon and Magnussen. It's then Ricciardo, Gasly, Bottas, Zhou and Ocon. Hamilton and Verstappen are both out of the race. Didn't get notification for that. Oh, yeah. Sometimes the YouTube notifications are dodgy. It's hit and miss with those. But I'm going to try and do it Tuesday nights, 8 p.m., something like that. So join for that. Just seen a replay of what happened to Max on lap 2. Wow. When was the last time? It's been a long time since we've seen reliability issues. But this streak of Red Bull not winning the Australian Grand Prix is going to continue. Look at these pictures of Verstappen's right rear on fire. Wow. What a sight that was. Russell pits then from what was 5th. And onto the hard tyres then for George Russell. A nice quick stop then, 2.5 seconds. Oh yeah, we could get Russell versus Alonso. In the last few laps of this race. So what are the gaps then? Who's closing on who? So we've got a bit of a stalemate of Ferrari 1-2, McLaren 3-4. I tell you what, Ferrari 1-2. I was trying to think how this is going to work out for the World Championship. It probably would have been more interesting for Perez to win it, really, and then lead the championship, at least for a couple of weeks. But it's not bad for Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship, this, is it? At all. They're looking good for a 1-2 after a couple of Red Bull 1-2s at the beginning of the season. This could be a very good afternoon for Ferrari, but they are being... McLaren are keeping them honest, though. Norris has got the fastest lap at the moment. We've got 11 laps to go. Yeah, 3.9 seconds the gap between Leclerc and Norris for second. Sainz leads by 5.1. Piastri's at 8.6 behind Norris, so Piastri hasn't been able to keep up with Norris today. And then it's Perez P5. What do we say? Perez on the podium and he leads the championship, so it's going to be close. What does Perez get for that? 25, 18, 15, 12, 10. So Perez will get 10 points. So as it stands at the moment, so if Perez finishes 5th, he'll be 4 points behind Verstappen in the championship going into Japan. So it'll be a bit closer, won't it? for a couple of races at least. That's if Perez does end up finishing 5th. Yeah, good points haul, yeah. Good points haul for Ferrari this, if they can see it through. 10 laps to go, and yeah, Norris is slightly quicker than Leclerc, but is it going to be enough to catch and pass him? I don't know. I don't think so, but I hope so. It would certainly be interesting to have a battle in the closing stages. Russell 1.9 behind Alonso as well for 6th. And then it's Stroll 8th, Tsunoda 9th, Hülkenberg still 10th at the minute. So Haas could be on for back-to-back points, which is massive in that midfield scrap, because it's going to be very rare that you're going to get these midfield teams scoring points this year. The likes of Williams, RB, Alpine, Sauber, and Haas might all be separated at the end of the season by 5 or 6 points. You know, it's going to be extremely close. Just picking up the odd point here and there when they can is going to be the difference between P6 and Constructors' Championship and P10. So if Hülkenberg can get another point today, it's invaluable for them. Oh, God, what's this? Norris. Norris most podiums without a win. Oh, God. Lando Norris is... He's getting this bad stat of always on the podium, but doesn't win it. My chair. Throughout the race, my chair has been slowly doing one of these. I need to... I think I'm getting too fat. I think the flipping... The system's failing. 5-second penalty for Gasly crossing pit lane exit. Nah. I mean, does it change much? Probably not. He was not in the points anyway, so I don't know if that changes the whole fate of the race. But see, Norris is closing. See, we're going to see a replay of this Gasly incident then. So he's on the pit lane exit. Oh yeah, that pit lane exit line runs all the way down to virtually turn 1, and Gasly's just trying to get the race in line, and dips a wheel out. It'll end up like Denver. Oh God, no. I mean, fair play. He come on with a shiner, didn't he, on the England v Brazil watch along? I thought he's not going to do that, because I saw his Facebook stories in it with a black eye. I thought he'll probably dip that watch along, but fair enough. He come on And, you know, I had every single person in chat going, what's happened to you? And just is what it is, isn't it? Like he says, in 100 years, does anything matter? No. Okay, mad one that though. Oh no. Oh yeah, Flabby. Oh yeah, he had a heavy night, that guy. He had a heavy night in my old mate, my old fruit. Oh, funny though. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping that the Verstappen retirement would mean we're getting an absolute classic race here. It's not really turned out that way. I'm gonna be honest. I was hoping for more fireworks after the. I was hoping for a four-way fight for the win, but maybe I'm over. You know, maybe I'm hoping for too much. But I was hoping that we would sort of get a bit more of a fight for the win today. But Sainz has just taken off. You know, Verstappen's been retiring. Well, Verstappen's retired and Sainz has just gone. There's my cue. I'm gone. And McLaren have not really been able to do much to challenge Ferrari. So he's sort of got this stalemate of Ferrari 1-2, McLaren 3-4. Perez stuck in 5th. Alonso's done well. But it's not produced the potential that this race had has not been reached. It had massive potential, this race. At least we get a different winner. Sainz up for Verstappen. He did. Yeah, well, yeah. I was hoping that it was going to be a real 50-50 between Ferrari and McLaren. It was going to be strategies, and then it was going to be Norris leading, and then Sainz leading, and then here comes Piastri. You know, I was envisaging all sorts of scenarios where McLaren versus Ferrari just went 10 out of 10, but not quite turned out that way, unfortunately. It is what it is. I don't think these circuit changes to Albert Park have helped, actually. I do prefer the old layout. I don't know, it was one of the Sky commentators said, we've lost something. I don't know, was it Karen Chandok said, we've lost something? I agree with that. So for anyone that doesn't know, they've taken out a couple of corners recently in the last, I think the first one on this layout was last season. So between 22 and 23, they changed the track. They took out a couple of slower corner and made it into one long, winding straight. They've sped up the circuit, basically. They've reprofiled a couple of the corners as well, a couple of the other corners. They've sped up turn 6 as well. So they've basically made this track a lot quicker than it was, which, I don't know, looks good for TV. I don't know. But it's not helped in terms of overtaking, in my opinion. It's gone the wrong way with it. Because you need slower corners for braking zones, and braking zones where you get overtaken. So I don't know, by speeding up your entry into turn 9 and 10, does that make better racing? No. So I don't know whose idea it was to make these circuit changes and what the method in the madness was with it, but I don't think it's worked. I think the old Albert Park layout was better. I tell you what, hell of a race victory. This will be for Sainz if he holds on for it. Appendix out 14 days ago, Grand Prix win. Weight reduction, that. As appendix out, weight reduction, mate. Illegal weight reduction for Carlos Sainz. He's missing an organ. He can't be winning without. Maybe that's the strat. Maybe that's why Alex had it done. Start taking organs out. Jesus. No, but it will be a good win for Sainz. This off the operating table onto the top step of the podium within 2 weeks. Ooh. This is the biggest. This is the closest battle on track. Then, so it's Russell versus Alonso for P6 is the big one. This is the big one. As big as it gets today, anyway. In his more smooth operations. Yeah, we might hear that on team radio in a few laps. But look at this then. Russell has caught Alonso now as we head down to turn 11 on lap 55 of 58. This is for P6. Oh, and Russell has a look down into turn 11, but can't get the job done yet. But I feel like it will be a matter of time for Alonso to do well to hold on to this. But he has had a good race, good strategy, and the cheap pit stop as well helped him along the way. I think Alonso started P10, so even if he finishes P7, it's still a good race. Hamilton looks on in the Mercedes garage. Yeah, 10 World Championships. 10 World Championships in the garage watching the race. Hamilton with 7, Verstappen with 3. Yeah, that's the last. Might be the last decade of championships. Not competing in this one. 3 laps to go. And the gap is 0.8 of a second between Alonso and Russell for 6th. Norris 2.5 behind Leclerc, so he has been catching that Ferrari, but not by a big enough margin every lap to. He's not been closing up by enough to make a move in these closing stages. He was 4 seconds behind. He's now 2.6, so it's going to be close between Leclerc and Norris, but not close enough. This is where the real battle is. Russell versus Alonso. Hamilton should have shoulda, woulda, coulda. Michael Massey made sure that didn't happen. Yeah, Sainz saying the tyres don't feel great, but he's got a 4.7 second lead with 2 laps to go, so. Look at this then. So George Russell's got DRS. He's not going to get the move done into turn 3, but he's running out of laps. Can Alonso hold on here? Oh, yeah, driver of the day. Who's driver of the day, then? It's got to be Sainz, hasn't it? It's got to be Sainz. I can't really think of who else I'd give it to be honest. Oh, look at this, then. George Russell had a look there into turn 9, but you don't want to be on a half-hearted move there at 150 mile an hour into turn 9. So he's backed out of it for now. Down to turn 11, they go again. Has a little look, but I never really understand why they do that. Just stay behind him and get a better exit. You've got to be Sainz driver of the day. I think so. Yeah, especially since, he's had this operation. He missed a race. And it's come back in all guns blazing. So I have to give driver of the day to Sainz. I always rate the race as well out of 10. We'll get to that. It's not in the upper echelons. Even without Max Verstappen, it's not in the upper echelons of... It's not been a classic, has it really? But it's been great for Sainz. Oh, Russell's had a big crash! Oh, Russell's had a huge incident! Oh, Russell's almost on his side here. The car's almost on his side. Oh, it's a massive crash. Bloody hell. That is it. Race is over. I hope Russell's all right. Whoa, the car, I don't think it's completely turned over, but wow, that's a massive incident for George Russell on the final lap. Oh, he's okay. He's okay. He's on team radio. He's okay. Wow. Massive incident for Russell there right at the end. Oh, we need to see a replay of what's happened there, but wow. So that's it. Virtual safety car. You might as well, the race is done. Sainz is going to win the 2024 Australian Grand Prix. It's going to be Leclerc and Norris joining him on the podium. But a massive final lap incident for George Russell in the Mercedes. And his car has come to a stop on its side in the middle of the track at turn 6. Huge wreck. What the hell? Yeah, an astonishing feat for Carlos Sainz to win win the race. So Sainz wins in a weird way behind VSC and all that, but what a race. And well, I got to give it to Ferrari, a 1-2 in Australia, and what a race from Carlos Sainz. From missing a race to winning the Australian Grand Prix. And it's a Ferrari 1-2. Charles Leclerc follows him in second. And another podium for Lando Norris. Lando Norris brings it home in third. It's then going to be Piastri P4, Perez 5th, Alonso 6th, Stroll 7th. Both Hasses are going to get a point after the George Russell final lap wreck. It's going to be Hulkenberg P9, Magnussen P10, and George Russell. The main thing is he's all right. He's okay. He's in the medical car, but wow, that car come to rest on its side. Wow. Oh my God, your box is about to go into energy saving mode. You're kidding me. Energy saving mode, me lad. TV was about to switch off. You know when it goes into that idle when you haven't pressed anything for a couple of hours? It's like, are you still watching? Yes! Wait a minute. Is it a car failure? Is it a car failure on the rear right? Oh, I might need to rewind this a minute. Oh, are they going to show it again? I think it's a suspension failure or something. What's going on here? So he didn't lose the rear of the car. I think it's a failure. I'm going back, sod it. I'll catch up to live in a minute. The race is over anyway, but I just want to see exactly what's happened to George Russell here because right, let's have a look at this. On board. Oh, no, he has lost the rear end. It was just a camera angle I saw it for. It looked like the suspension had broken or something. So he's just turned in and just lost. He's right up in the slipstream. Oh. He's right up behind Fernando Alonso. He turns into turn 6 and the rear of the car just gave way. So he has just lost the rear in turn 6, basically. But Sainz wins the Australian Grand Prix. GG's, mate. Right, we now get to rate the race out of 10. Taking into account the drama at the end as well. Drama equals excitement. Well, as long as everyone's okay, Joe. All right. Driver of the day, Carlos Sainz. That's a given. He's done a fantastic job. So, driver of the day, Carlos Sainz. Race out of 10. First number that comes to mind is 5. It's not been fantastic. It's not been a 1 or 2 though, has it? A 5. Because we didn't get any battles. We didn't get any real battles for the lead. We didn't get any real battles for like the podium positions. It was sort of just Ferrari 1-2, McLaren 3-4. We could have said that on lap 5. I mean, Martin Brundle saying F1 needed this. Yeah, we've got the change. We've got the change of we've got a different winner. It's a Ferrari 1-2. It's a different flavour for once. And And I'm happy for Sainz. But just because it's a different result doesn't mean it was a phenomenal race, though. Because it wasn't a phenomenal race. Should I give it? I'll give it a 6 because it's. I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6. 7's generous. 4 maybe slightly harsh, but probably right. It's not. It wasn't fantastic, was it, Gav? I was hoping for so much more. I'm not gonna lie, but maybe I'm. I don't know. What if I said that 10 years ago? 10 years ago would have been going, what a race, unbelievable action. And now I'm sort of getting older and a bit like, I want every race to be a classic. I don't know if I'm being like, if I'm asking too much of the sport, but I feel like it wasn't fantastic. So I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Sainz driver of the day, 6 out of 10 race. Yeah. Smooth operation, wins in Australia. But that's about it. 5:30 in the morning. I think I'm going to go back to bed for a few hours and have a Sunday morning lie-in. Final shout out to Lawrence. I've been able to do this watch along because you, my good friend, are doing the shift for me at work today. So big shout out to Lawrence for making this all possible, for making the dreams a reality. Because I should be going to work right about now, in about an hour, but I've managed to. So big ups. Right, thank you everyone for being in the stream. Cheers everyone. Join me for the Viewers' Championship on Tuesday night, and then after that, a couple of weeks after that, is the Japanese Grand Prix. Sainz wins from Leclerc and Norris on the podium. I will catch you all next time. Thank you everyone for being in chat. Thank you Salty Dog, Mitch, Gav, Jamsa, Flabby, and everyone else that was in. Kim was in at the beginning, and Dougie, if you're still here, everybody. Thank you so much. I'll be back Tuesday night, Viewers' Championship. That was the Australian Grand Prix. See you next time, guys. Thank you all so much for being here so early in the morning. Big appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Bye.